I feel like the junior member of the group, you know? I have a couple of questions.
In 2011, he was the face of chaos, ranting about tiger blood and winning, while his world collapsed in a haze of drugs and scandal. Now, at 60, Charlie Sheen is sober, reflective, and spilling every raw, unfiltered detail in a memoir and Netflix documentary that could redefine his legacy. But can a man who burned every bridge in Hollywood rebuild his life? Or is this just another act in his wild saga? The Pacific Ocean crashes against the Malibu shore, its relentless rhythm mirroring the turbulent life of the man standing before it. Charlie Sheen, once Hollywood's untouchable bad boy, gazes out at the horizon, his piercing blue eyes softened by time, his trademark smirk now laced with hard-earned wisdom. On September 3rd, 2025, Sheen turned 60, a milestone that once seemed impossible amid his self-destructive spiral. With his memoir, The Book of Sheen, out September 9th, and a gripping two-part Netflix documentary, aka Charlie Sheen, streaming September 10th, he's ripping open the vault of his life. The dizzying highs of fame, the soul-crushing lows of addiction, and a redemption arc that's as messy as it is inspiring. It's not about setting the record straight. Sheen tells people in an exclusive cover story, his voice steady but reflective. It's just me, finally telling the stories the way they actually happened. Well, the ones I can remember anyway. This isn't your average celebrity comeback. It's a cinematic odyssey, packed with jaw-dropping confessions, never-before-seen footage, and interviews with heavyweights like Jon Cryer, Sean Penn, and even Sheen's former drug dealer. The stakes are high. Sheen's laying bare his soul, confronting his demons, and asking the world to see him not as the tiger blood caricature, but as a man who's fought to reclaim his life. Social media is already ablaze with reactions to the Netflix trailer, with fans hyped and skeptics sharpening their knives. On X, posts range from "Charlie Sheen's redemption is giving me goosebumps" to "Why is Netflix platforming this train wreck?" So, let's dive into the chaos, the heartbreak, and the hope of Sheen's story, frame by cinematic frame, to uncover whether this is truly a reset or just another Hollywood mirage. The cataclysmic fall that gripped the world. March 2011. The name Charlie Sheen wasn't just synonymous with stardom, it was a global spectacle of self-destruction. As the highest-paid actor on television, raking in millions per episode of 2.5 Men, Sheen was at the peak of his career. Then, in a blaze of chaos, it all came crashing down. Fired from the sitcom after months of erratic behavior, he doubled down with a now-legendary 2020 interview that left viewers stunned. "I have tiger blood in my veins," he proclaimed, eyes wild, voice dripping with defiance. "I'm not bipolar, I'm by winning." The world watched, equal parts horrified and mesmerized, as Sheen ranted about Adonis DNA and his superhuman ability to conquer all. "I was a raving lunatic," he admits in The Book of Sheen, revealing that a potent mix of cocaine and testosterone cream fueled his manic spiral. The media pounced. TMZ led the charge with headlines like "Sheen's epic meltdown," "Tiger blood and goddesses," while the New York Post screamed, "Charlie's wild ride hits a wall." X, then Twitter, became a battleground of memes and hot takes, with hashtag winning trending for weeks as users dissected his every word. Is Charlie Sheen okay, or is this performance art? One viral post asked, racking up thousands of retweets. Another quipped, "Tiger blood? More like Tiger Crash." The hashtag became a cultural phenomenon, a sarcastic shorthand for Sheen's unraveling. Tabloids feasted on his personal life, dredging up his messy divorces from Denise Richards and Brooke Mueller, complete with allegations of infidelity, domestic disputes, and drug-fueled chaos. It was like watching a car crash in slow motion, a former TMZ editor recalls in the Netflix documentary. Charlie was the story everyone wanted a piece of, but the headlines barely scratched the surface. Sheen's parties, infamous for cocaine, call girls, and zero limits, were the stuff of Hollywood legend. Park your judgment at the door. No pain in the bedroom. And no one can die, Sheen says of his party rules, a chilling mantra now. His addiction to crack cocaine, which he describes as hooking him instantly, pushed him to the edge of oblivion. He survived one overdose and a near-death scare, a fact he calls a miracle in the documentary. The fallout wasn't just professional. His public feuds with Two and a Half Men creator Chuck Lorre and his ex-wives dominated headlines. Richards, tearful in the doc, says, "I loved him, but it was hell living with that version of Charlie." Mueller adds, "I wanted to save him, but the drugs were stronger than me." On X, fans from 2011 voiced concern and scorn in equal measure. "Charlie Sheen needs help, not more cameras," one user wrote, while another sneered, "This guy's living like Scarface, but it's not a movie." The Netflix trailer, dropped on August 13, 2025, reignited the frenzy. Clocking millions of views, it teases raw footage of Sheen's darkest days, juxtaposed with his sober reflections. "I was running for myself," he says in a haunting clip. Interviews with friends like Chris Tucker and Sean Penn add weight. Penn's line, "Charlie was the life of the party, but it nearly killed him," has gone viral. X is buzzing with reactions. At Slovkamimio posted, "Who gave Charlie Sheen a documentary? And why is Chris Tucker in it?" Albie sat slightly smiling face, blending excitement with curiosity. At Hollyfire enthused, "I must watch that Charlie Sheen documentary," face with tears of joy, but not everyone sold. At Z0MB slammed Netflix, writing, "Giving known pedophile Charlie Sheen a platform for a documentary. Disgusting." The comment, referencing unproven allegations, sparked heated debates, with defenders arguing, "Let the man tell his story." The trailer's YouTube comments are a war zone. "This looks raw AF," one viewer raves, while another asks, "Is this redemption or just damage control?" A life primed for chaos. Sheen's fall wasn't just a moment. It was decades in the making. Born Carlos Erwin Estevez into Hollywood royalty, he was the son of Martin Sheen, a legend whose career spanned Apocalypse now to The West Wing. Charlie's childhood was a whirlwind of movie sets and star-studded encounters. "I was a kid in awe, watching my dad command the jungle in the Philippines," he writes in his memoir, sharing rare photos of himself with Martin on the Apocalypse Now set. But the glamour came with pressure. With siblings Emilio Estevez and Ramon Estevez also chasing acting careers, Charlie felt the weight of the family name. "I was terrified it'd all vanish," he tells People, a fear that drove him to chase fleeting highs. His rise was meteoric. A scene-stealing role as the druggie in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, 1986, put him on the map, but Oliver Stone's Platoon and Wall Street made him a star. By his 20s, he was living the Hollywood dream: fast cars, faster women, and endless parties. But the dream had a dark underbelly.